Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I want to get right into it because I am going to be doing a speed reviews video, and you guys know, if you have been a part of my channel for any time now, there is nothing about me that is speedy when it comes to my YouTube videos. I talk a lot. So speed reviews, if you're not familiar, they are videos that a lot of creators often do to just kind of like quickly summarize some of the makeup products or body care products, skincare products, everything. A quick way just to kind of share their thoughts with you in a kind of condensed, jam-packed video so that they're able to tackle a ton of products within one video. I will do my best to link every single one of these products down below in the description box. Some of those links may be affiliate links, which means if you do shop through the links, I do receive a small kickback, and I just want to thank you so much for supporting me and my channel if you choose to do that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I have a ton of makeup to talk about. These are makeup products that I've accumulated over the past few months, and I'm finally ready to come on here and share with you what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling about these products. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have one primer to talk about, and Hard Candy, they have recently repackaged some of their primers, and so I did want to give this one a go. This is the Grip on Lock primer. It says it's major hydration. It is a hydrating dewy finish. This feels pretty much identical to the other gripping primer that I've tried from Hard Candy. I really enjoy this. The only thing that I will note is that this really does make your skin look pretty dewy. So I've noticed that I like to pair this with a more mattifying foundation, or if I am going to pair this with a natural finish foundation, I do like to make sure that I'm going in with maybe a more heavy duty powder. But I do believe that this really does make your makeup last all day long. I love gripping primers. You guys know this about me. So I also really love that you are getting a ton of product in here. You are getting 1.52 fluid ounces. So you're getting more than most foundations in this primer. So I do think that Hard Candy is a great brand. I think that this is a really great primer. So if you are on the market for a new primer, maybe check this one out, because I do think it is a really solid option at the drugstore. I did find mine at Walmart, by the way. So, moving right along with Hard Candy, I also bought the Grip on Lock setting spray. So this reminds me so much of the e.l.f. I actually have it here, the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I feel like these are very similar. I do love that the Hard Candy one is more affordable, and I also love that you get more product in this one. In the Hard Candy, you come with 3.4 fluid ounces. In comparison to the e.l.f., you get 2.7. So I think moving forward, I might actually go forward with purchasing this one from Hard Candy, because I do love how much more product you get. You also are getting that really nice sprayer. It's that nozzle that has that really nice fine mist to it. So I really like this one. Similar to the primer, this is very dewy on the skin. And so it's not as dewy as the e.l.f. one, as I've noticed. So I can set my face with this setting spray, and I don't feel like it's too dewy. However, if I'm combining the primer and the mist, it might be a little bit too dewy. I'm actually wearing the combo right now, and I do feel a little bit oily, but it's okay. It's summer, it's hot, so it is what it is. But I really also have been enjoying this one as a priming step. So I'll go in with a primer, and then I'll go in with this as a primer spray, and I've really been enjoying it for that as well. So wanted to give these two Hard Candy products a quick shout out because I've really been enjoying them. I'm honestly kind of tempted to pick up maybe another primer from the line, but right now that is the one that I've decided to go ahead and grab. Any other primers before we move on to the number of foundations that I have to talk about? So let's go ahead and get into that then. So I recently repurchased the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and one of my lovely subscribers, they constantly talk about this product and how much they love it, and also Emily Noel, she has raved time and time again about this product, so I wanted to try it out myself. It is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and you guys, this is a beautiful beautiful product. I do wear the shade Light in this one, and I do feel like it is a really, really great shade match for me. This has become one of my favorite foundations for every day. I've been loving wearing this to work because it's not too heavy on the skin. It really does wear like a skin tint. I do hope you're able to get your shade within this range. I know Wet n Wild can be a little bit hit and miss with that, so hopefully you're able to find your shade, but I really, really love this product. I love it as much as I remember, to be honest. I don't know why I ever decluttered it, but I'm very happy to have it back in my collection. It's really nice and lightweight. It's comfortable on the skin. It gives your skin a little bit of hydration as well. So I do recommend this one, and it is literally, I think, even under $8 at the drugstore. Then we have one that is, I'm wearing it today on my skin, and I have kind of fallen in love with this product. It is from CoverGirl, and it is the Blurring Skin Tint. This has SPF 30. I was thrilled when I saw this on Ulta's website one day. I immediately knew that I wanted to give this one a go because I love CoverGirl. CoverGirl is one of those brands for me that really does take me back, because I used to wear CoverGirl in high school every single day, and I was super into the brand. And so anytime that they release something, I just get really giddy and excited. And so this is one of those products that I was very excited about. This is very matte. Let me start with that. This is very matte. I was kind of taken aback at how matte this actually is. But there is a time and a place for a product like this, especially if you're someone like me who lives in a very hot climate. I actually really love this combo here. I will pair the Hard Candy Grip Unlock Primer with this CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint, and it is a match made in heaven, to be honest, because like I said, the Hard Candy Grip Unlock Primer is very, very dewy, and so that being paired with this more mattifying skin tint, I feel like it is a really, really great match. But back to this is beautiful. Like, yes, it's matte, but you can manipulate it. Like I said, you can pair it with a glowy primer or a gripping primer, a moisturizing primer, right? Those types of things to make it work for you, even if you have dry skin. I watched Jen Phelps here on YouTube, and she has dry skin, and she also mentioned that this one has been working for her during the summer, as long as she preps her skin well enough. I also know Andrea Mattiliano here on YouTube. She's also been enjoying this one. And so I was at first I didn't really love it, but I also got it in a shade that was too light for me. That is one tip. If you are going to try this out, make sure you get your right shade, because I think if it's too light and it's pretty matte, I think you're really gonna write this one off. But this one, if you have it in the right shade and you prep your skin, it actually looks really, really beautiful. If you have dry skin or normal to combination skin, right? I do encourage you to prep. If you have oily skin, I think this is going to be your best friend, because this really does just mattify, and it also wears really, really well. I had one day where I was wearing my makeup probably for maybe 12 hours, because I think I maybe put on my makeup at around like noon or something, and then I wore it up until probably midnight, maybe earlier, I'm not sure. And I was sweating, okay? I was intensely sweating, because I live in San Antonio, as you guys know. I went to a market that was outside in August, and I was sweating. And then later that night, I went to a Taylor Swift dance party, and I was also sweating so much. And I thought for sure, like, my makeup is ruined. It is gone, right? Because I knew I was wearing this foundation. I hadn't fully, trusted it yet for that type of intensity. No, I got home and I was blown away at how good my makeup still looked. Honestly, I was blown away. I was sweating so much, and I was even going in with napkins to like dab my face, because again, I was sweating. and beautiful. Like, I was blown away. I feel like at that moment, this product had my heart, it had my trust. So I do recommend this one. And I also love that you are getting that SPF 30, which is just a nice bonus. So I do recommend this one, but don't write it off right away. Try to play around with it if you really want to make it work, or if you're, you know, very curious about it. I do think even if you have dry skin, you can make this one work. So really happy that CoverGirl came out with this, especially during summer. Okay. Then I wanted to mention this guy. So I purchased a few things from ColourPop. They were doing a like 30, or it was like 25 or 30% off site-wide sale somewhat recently. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to take advantage of that, because there were a few things from ColourPop that I was wanting to try, including their Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. So here's what this one looks like. I think it's really cute, kind of sleek but simple packaging. I do wear the shade Light 6, and I do think that it is a really good shade match for me. I really like this product, you guys. I really, really like this product. This has been my work from home foundation. I have been able to get up, you know, I work at 8. I've been able to get up at around like 7:15, 7:30, do all the things I need to do, and literally do my makeup within like 10 minutes. And that's been me using this product. I will just stripe this foundation stick on. I'll blend it out quickly with a brush, and then I'll go in with some concealer. I'll basically do like my full makeup, but I'm doing a lot less. Maybe doing like a quick one and done shadow, a brow gel in the brows. But this has been that product for me. And I love that I've been able to quickly just get through my makeup process on work from home days, because maybe I don't want to get up extra early because I'm working from home to be able to put on my makeup, right? I want something quick, and I do feel like this foundation stick has done that for me. This is not long wearing. Please, please, please keep that in mind. It is not long wearing. I get maybe 6 to 8 hours of wear with this product. However, because it is a skin tint stick, it's going to wear really, really gracefully. So that is the plus side of wearing skin tints or BB creams, things like that, because they are going to wear off more quickly, like in comparison to like a foundation. But when they wear off, it's not going to look super noticeable. That's what I love about this product. And I'm very impressed. I really like it. I even like it more right now than the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. I still need to play around with the Milani one more. I've been reaching for the ColourPop one more than the Milani, so I need to keep testing that one because it's been a while that I've reached for it, but I'm really, really impressed with this one from ColourPop. I also picked up the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I need to keep playing around with this one. I've only worn it once since I got it. I remember years ago whenever it first came out, I was so in love with this product. So I have high hopes, but I don't want to comment on this one yet because I don't know enough about it for me to like recommend it or whatever, but I've really been enjoying the foundation, or like the skin tint stick, so I wanted to mention it. All right, now I think we can go ahead and get into some like color cosmetics. So I do have this cream bronzer. This is the Rimmel Multitasker 3-in-1 Bronzing Stick. Emily Noel had featured this on her channel, and I was instantly interested. My interest was piqued whenever she mentioned this. And this I have in the shade 002 Medium. And this is just a cream bronzer. If you're familiar with Rimmel, they have their Multitasker. It's almost like their version of like a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, or the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. The Multitasker is Rimmel's version of that, and so they've put the Multitasker name into their concealer, the Multitasker name into this cream bronzer, and I have to say I really like this. This is not my favorite cream bronzer stick out there though. This reminds me so much of the Merit cream bronzer, which I actually don't like, fun fact. However, it's like the Rimmel did it better than Merit, which I know sounds like a lot, but I really do believe that. The formula reminds me so much of the one from Merit, but I do think the Rimmel one is better. The reason that the Rimmel one is not my favorite though are a few reasons. One, because the shade range, I think it only has 4 or 5 shades, which I think is pathetic. Two, There's also that whole balmy kind of formula is not my favorite. So I'm going to keep this. I like it enough to keep it around, but I do not think you need to run to Walmart and pick this up or run to Walgreens. I do think though, if you are a fan of the Merit, try this. I think you will be pleasantly surprised at how much it really does remind you of that. Or if you're like me, who does not like the Merit, but you kind of can appreciate that formula, or maybe the Merit was not pigmented enough for you, which is that was my issue, you'll be pleasantly surprised that Rimmel does it better. So I like this product, but it's not going to become a favorite, but I do think they did a great job. I just wish that there were more shades, especially because of how, like, it doesn't, like, yes, it keeps its pigment, but it shears out quite a bit. Like here you can see it sheared out. And so I think because of that, these shades can expand a little bit. Like, I think I could even wear the deepest shade, which is just ridiculous, right? But anyways, I wanted to mention that because I feel like I never talk about Rimmel, and I was curious, so I tried it. So anyways, there's that product. Another bronzer that I want to talk about that I've really been liking, but caveat, it is not for everyone, okay? It is not going to be for everyone, and I know that. It is from Ilia. This is the Sunshift Cream Bronzer, and I have it in the shade Eclipse. So it is just a cream bronzer, but it is a luminous formula. And I actually really like this. I think that it's really beautiful. Here it is swatched out. As you can see, it is very, very luminous. I really like this for like spring and summer. I think it's going to be beautiful for that. However, it is very glowy. So if you are not into a, intensely glowy bronzer, then you're not gonna like this. But if you love to glow and you love cream bronzers, check this out. I think you're gonna be very happy with it. Remember Tower 28 had their luminous cream bronzer? It was like the Bronzino or something. This is so much better than that Tower 28 one. It's like what I wanted the Tower 28 to be. This is better. I also just really love the packaging. I really like Ilia, to be honest. And I'm super, super curious about their new like baked blushes, but I'm really, really pleased with this one. I think it's perfect for summer. I'm really glad that they came out with this. And I do think it's very unique to my collection. It blends out really nicely. It looks really beautiful and glowy on the skin. It adds a little bit of like dimension because of the fact that you're getting like that luminosity. So I do like it and I would recommend it. If of course you're into that style of product, I feel like you have to be into the glowy. All right, so next up I have two powder bronzers that I want to talk about. Super random, but I picked up one of the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzers. They updated their packaging, so you can see here, it definitely looks a little bit different. And I came across this product at Target, and I had tried the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzers in the past, and I really did not like mine. I think I had like a faulty one, because whenever I said that in one of my videos, a lot of you commented like, hey, like, I love the Wet n Wild bronzer. I wonder if that's just yours. Maybe try it again. So I did. I'm really glad that I did, you guys. Sunset Striptease is the shade that I picked up. This is stunning. It is beautiful. Like, wow, it's so pretty. So first off, it is pretty glowy, okay? It is pretty glowy, but it's beautiful. Like, it is so pretty. I feel like I could even go in with a deeper shade, but I remember a while ago, I was watching, I can't remember her name. It's like Daisy Cash, I think, or Daisy something. And she was talking about the Wet n Wild Sunset Striptease. And she was saying how the shade is perfect because it's cool tone. So you're going to get a little bit of like a contour. I love it. I think it's beautiful. The only thing that I would say is that it's a very soft formula. So you could potentially go pretty heavy handed if you're not careful. That happened to me the other day. I went kind of crazy on my forehead, but it still looked really pretty. I like this a lot. I think it's really pretty. I could even see myself going for maybe like a deeper shade, like one that's not super glowy. Are they all glowy? Let me know if you have a lot of experience with this product, but I love this. I am pleasantly surprised with it, and I think it's a great product, honestly. Another powder bronzer on the complete end of the spectrum price range wise is my Dior bronzer. This was my birthday gift to myself. This is the Dior Forever Nude Bronze, and I did pick up the shade 10 Soft Matte. First off, it is just absolutely stunning. The component is beautiful. And then here is what the bronzer looks like inside. I love it. I do. I really like it a lot. I love that the shade that I got, which you can't really see it. I love that the shade that I got, it's not too intense that you can't go overboard. And that's exactly what I wanted from this bronzer. I wanted this bronzer to be a bronzer that I can just like, no matter what I do, it's gonna look good. And that has been my experience. I just go in with my brush and I just go ham, and it looks good every single time. Like every single time it looks amazing. And I think it's because one, the formula, it's just so smooth. Like it is so blurring and so smooth. And it goes on top of powder so nicely. I don't ever go in with like without setting with a powder. I don't do that, so I can't answer that question. But on a set face, this goes on so smoothly, and it really does look airbrushed. And I can go in as heavy-handed as I want, to be honest. So I am really enjoying this product, you guys. I know it's super bougie, but I just wanted to give updates because it is newer to me. It's just Steph here on YouTube. She's literally my favorite YouTuber of all time. She really loves the Dior bronzer. She's actually the one who inspired me to want to pick it up and try it out. She mentioned that she did experience hard pan. I think Laura May Beauty mentioned the same thing, but it's just Steph. She uses the Dior bronzer so often. Like it's her favorite bronzer in her entire collection, that she said that she just kept trucking along, and that the hard pan is gone. Like she got through that initial layer and it's just like as beautiful as ever. So I'm really hoping that if that does happen to me, like I'm just gonna keep doing what she did, and then you know, hopefully eventually I'll get to like that second layer and it'll just be stunning. So really beautiful bronzer. I'm very happy with my purchase. Is it a necessity? Absolutely not. Can you get a beautiful bronze with the Sweat n Wild one? Absolutely. But I wanted to treat myself, and I'm very happy that I did because I do really like it. Okay, now we have we have a few cream blushes to talk about, okay? So I did want to talk about this. This is from Revolution Beauty. This is their Super Dewy Blush Burst. And first off, the packaging is so cute. It's kind of reminding me of the About Face liquid blushes a little bit. I picked up the shade Strawberry Milkshake. I love this blush, you guys. I love it so much. It reminds me a lot, if I'm being honest, it reminds me a lot of the Huda Beauty liquid blushes. I'm not gonna go on fully and say that they're a dupe for each other. Strawberry Milkshake is this shade. However, they really do remind me of one another. These are a little bit more dewy than the Huda Beauty ones, as you can see here. But as far as the way that they apply and like almost like the thinness of these blushes from Revolution Beauty, they really do kind of remind me of the ones from Huda Beauty. So again, not saying they're a dupe, but if I do think there are enough similarities. I also feel like, I swear this looks like a shade that Huda Beauty has, like honestly. But I am not only in love with the formula, but I'm in love with the shade. I think that the shade is very unique to my collection. I know that I have a ton of blush. I have a ton of just liquid blush alone, right? But I do feel like this shade is pretty unique to my collection. I also love that I can go in with pretty much as much as I want, and it's not gonna look messy. Like these are very forgiving on the skin. You have a lot of time to work with these on the skin. They don't just like sit and automatically dry down and you have like 1 second to blend them out. That is not the case. You have plenty of time to work with this. I am very tempted to pick up more shades, but I literally do not need to. Like literally, no, I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to enjoy my Strawberry Milkshake shade for now. But I really love these, and I'm also just so in love with the packaging. I love just like how cute and tiny they are. So I give these a thumbs up. I really enjoy this formula. A formula that is not going to be for everyone is the new NYX. This is the Fat Cheeks Juicy Plump Blush. So here's what they look like. Very cute. These also, if I remember correctly, they smell really good. Yes, they have a really nice fruity scent to them. And I picked up the shade, which one is this? Fig Fizz. Here it is swatched out. It's beautiful. The reason that I said that these are not going to be for everyone is because this is more of like a blush stain, but not entirely. Like, I do feel like they have an effect of a stain. They kind of remind me of like the Cali Ray blush stains in a way, as far as like how it feels, because it feels very like water-like on the skin. My only issue with these is that they're not super pigmented, and it could be the shade that I got. Again, I got Fig Fizz, which is more of like a nude color. But as you can see here, I blended it out a little bit. It's not super pigmented, and you guys know how much I love blush and how much I love a pretty pigmented blush. And so I like this formula for what it is. Like, I like that it kind of has that watery consistency and it makes your cheeks look really nice and fresh. But I don't recommend it if you're someone who likes to set their face after their creams, because you're probably not going to see it afterwards. And also, it is pretty sheer. So if you're someone who loves blush like me, you may want more from this product. But keep in mind, I have a nude shade, so there's a possibility that maybe the deeper or more brighter shades will be a huge pop on the cheeks, right? I think it blends fine though. I think it's a beautiful concept. I love that this is available at the drugstore, because it's a different type of option of cream blush or liquid blush at the drugstore, which is nice. It's just not my favorite formula, but I do think it's good for what it is. And it's nice to have it as an option. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Like, it's good. It blends out fine. It's a beautiful color. I don't struggle to blend it out. It doesn't, automatically set. Like, it has great qualities. It's just, I do wish it was a little bit more pigmented for sure. All right, one more liquid blush, and then I have one cream blush to talk about. So this one, I'm a little bit disappointed. This is from ColourPop. It's one of their weightless liquid blushes. I actually have tried the liquid blushes from ColourPop. I think they're fine. They're not my favorite liquid blush at all, but I do think that they're a good option. I, however, really, really wanted this shade. This is the shade City Walk. It looks like it is the bronzer color of my dreams in a liquid blush, and so I wanted to pick it up. So here's the thing. It is beautiful. I mean, look at the shade. It's so stunning, but this literally, like, it has glitter in it, okay? So there's a little bit of a learning curve with this formula, and I'm really annoyed that no one has talked about that. Because it was pretty apparent for me. Like, I could tell that it was pretty, like, shimmery on my cheeks. And while I don't mind a glowy blush, I really don't. That's why I purchased this. I knew that it had the glowy aspect to it, but I also don't want it to just look like it's just like glitter sitting on my skin. So here's the thing with this one. I'm not writing it off completely because I'm obsessed with this color. I mean, look at it. But what I'm going to do, and what I recommend if you have larger pores in this area or you have more texture, I would recommend focusing it on like the farther back of your cheek, and that has worked for me. And so I actually do like this blush, but I have to be a little bit more strategic of where I place it on my skin, and that's kind of closer to like the back of like to my hairline. That's where I focus this product, and it's worked for me. If you put it on your cheeks where you have those larger pores, I think you could potentially be disappointed in it. And I just want to be full transparent with that, right? I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, I just wiped it off, and like, I don't know if you'll be able to catch any of those glitter particles, but I mean, I can literally see it on my hand, and I'm disappointed that this was not brought up by the people that have reviewed it. I think they were more mesmerized by the color, or maybe they have perfect skin and so they don't notice things like that. But I did the very first time that I tried it, and I was mad. I was angry because I felt like it had ruined my makeup. But the next time, again, I focused it further back and I was able to enjoy it a little bit better that way. So just wanted to mention that quick tip for that product. All right, one cream blush that I have to talk about is from IT Cosmetics, and this is one of their sun blushes. So this is not a new product by any means, but I was very curious to try this out. You guys know how much I love bronzers, and so I was in my bronzer moment whenever I purchased this, and I'm really glad that I did. I did pick up the shade Sun Warmth 30. So here is what this one looks like. It is beautiful. It's a very beautiful color. Here it is swatched out, and that's a pretty dense swatch, right? So let me blend it out just a little bit. Blending it out, it definitely looks more of like kind of like that terracotta type of color. It's beautiful. The only thing I will say, I love everything about this blush, okay? I really do. However, beware that this is very pigmented, okay? It is the most pigmented blush I think I own, okay? And that's because, and that's including the Rare Beauty. That's including, I have the Juvia's Place liquid blushes, the e.l.f. liquid blushes, right? These are very, very pigmented. And I just want you to be completely aware of that, because if you were to put this on and you go in with like your normal amount for a cream blush, you are going to most likely apply too much. Other than that, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful formula. It's very long wearing. It's easy to blend. The shades are stunning, especially if you're someone who loves bronzers. I think they're actually coming out with new shades, but they're actually blonde, like actual bronzers, I think, or something like that. So anyways, I really, really like these. I think they're perfect for what they do, but they are very pigmented. So please keep that in mind. They're also a lot more of like a wet formula for a cream, but they do dry down eventually. So don't go in with a lot, because again, it's really pigmented, and also because you want it to actually dry down. So go in with light layers and then build up as you need. All right, now let's go ahead and get into some lip products that I'm really excited to talk about. So I haven't been able to update you guys, at least I don't think so, on the NYX. These are these smushy matte lip balms. I'm actually wearing Snuggle Season in the video today. I love this. This is my favorite color from the line. This is so stunning. I'm actually very happy with this product. However, I do have one other products that I kind of recommend. I don't know if I recommend it over, but it's just another option. So here is Snuggle Season swatched out. There's a few things to keep in mind with this one. So firstly, because it's that whipped formula, it can kind of quickly become too much. So do not over apply this product. What I like to do is apply it and then get my finger and like blend it out, and then apply more, and then same thing. And doing that, I think, really helps just kind of evenly disperse the product onto my lips, and then I get that beautiful soft matte kind of blotted look, okay? If you just keep going in and like adding more and adding more, I think it's going to look too gooped up, and it's going to look thick and feel kind of peely. So be aware of the facts that can happen with this product, okay? But the shades are beautiful. I love the concept. I love the packaging. So I do recommend them, but they have a little bit of that learning curve. The other shade that I got, primarily for, again, the shade and because it was summer, this one is in the shade Soft Sorbet. And I got this because I felt like it was the perfect, like the most perfect shade for summer, because it's that really kind of like hot orangey red color. And same thing, you don't want to go in with too much of this product. You kind of just want to put it on and then blend it out with your finger. I know that that's kind of counterintuitive, because it's a balm and it has the applicator to squeeze tube it on. But I'm telling you, it's very hard to control how much product you're putting on with this applicator. So just keep that in mind. I think if you figure out the learning curve on how to use them, they're stunning products. They really are. And I think that they're fun. My favorite shade is Snuggle Season, highly recommend. So I wanted to talk about those. I really like them. I think they're fun. I think it's, you know, a cute way to wear a matte lip balm. And they're also pretty comfortable on. Like I've been wearing Snuggle Season throughout the entirety of the video and I don't feel like my lips are too dry. So I really do like these. I give them a thumbs up, but I do think there's a little bit of that learning curve. A product, however, that if you want to completely just forego that entire process for those NYX Smushy Balms, but you still want that blurred out lip, pick up one of these from CoverGirl. These are the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Blur lipsticks. So here's what they look like. I only have one shade, but I've really been loving it. This is in the shade 220 Perfectly Blurry. And these are a lipstick format, so you don't have to worry about over applying because you have a ton of control with this form of application. And here is the shade. It is the most stunning shade, and I love this. I've been wearing this a ton to work. And what I love about it is because it's so lightweight and it's this nude shade, I can reapply and I'm not nervous at all about how it's going to look. And I also don't have to do the whole like, you know, using my finger to kind of further blend it out. That is not the case with this one. I do suffer a lot from my lip products completely fading out ugly, where I have just like literally the outer line and no pigment in the center, and that makes me so angry. That's why I'm not a lip product girly, because I'm so sick of that happening to me. And so that's usually why I tend to go for more nude shades. Like I feel like this red, I will have to baby it a little bit because again, I will get just red around the outer, like my lip lines basically will have red and nothing else will be red on my lips, which is very annoying. So as long as I baby this and maybe I don't eat or drink with it for a little while, it works really well. But a nude product like this, it's going to wear very gracefully, and I'm confident of reapplying that it won't look ugly. So these are a really great option as well. I really like them. I don't think I'll pick up any more of these smushy ones. I think I will pick up more of these CoverGirl ones though, because they're a little bit easier to use and there's less of a learning curve. So, and they give similar effects, like let's be honest. Okay. Then I wanted to talk about these from Essence because they're not very new, but I've been liking them. These are the Juicy Balm Glossy Butter Balms, and I have two shades. So I have this shade, which this is literally not on here. That is so irritating. And then I also have this one. So I really have been enjoying this pink one. And these are kind of similar to maybe like the Makeup by Mario kind of twist up balms, or like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. But I really like this color and how it's kind of like that pinky color. It looks possibly like you were eating like berries or something, and it's cute. So I wanted to mention these. They're not by any means my favorite lip product of all time, but I think they're a really nice kind of throw in your purse type of option. They're really nice and hydrating on the lips, so they're gonna feel kind of like a lip balm, but they're gonna give you more color than a lip balm. The shade that I'm really excited to wear is this one. This is more of like a chocolatey type of color, and I am so excited to wear this for fall. And again, it's in that really nice, oh, and it smells so good. It smells like chocolate. And it's in that really nice kind of balmy formula. So it's gonna be really nice and comfortable on the lips as well, but you're gonna get that beautiful fall color. So I've been enjoying these, mainly the pink one. I haven't dipped my toes into the brown one yet, but this pink one has been really nice just to kind of toss in my purse. Okay. Then a product that I love, like these two products I'm gonna talk about next, I have loved, okay? From Essence, again, this is the Super Peptide Glossy Lip Treatment, and I picked up the shade Pinkified. I love this lip balm, you guys. Try one of these ones from Essence. They are so good. I know lip balm is literally all of the craze right now. So many people are releasing, or so many brands are releasing lip balms. A lot of people are like just tossing those on instead of actual lip products. And this is a really great option that you can try out. The shade Pinkified was definitely the one I was most interested in trying because one, I don't have a ton of like pink lip balms, but two, if I remember correctly, when I saw swatches, this one was the most pigmented of the group. And so here is Pinkified. And this also is very comfortable on the lips. It actually is moisturizing. So it's not a lip balm that's just going to look good, and then once it wears off, it's going to make your lips feel even drier than they were before. Not the case. This is actually nourishing on the lips, and it's a beautiful shade. So very inexpensive as well. I think it's maybe $5. And it's so good. Another product that is so good, Hard Candy. Again, they came out with their version of lip balms. These are their lip butters, and I did pick up the shade Whipped Peach. These are the most identical to Summer Fridays that I've ever tried. They are the most identical. I cannot wait to go back to Walmart and pick up more shades from this line. I really love Whipped Peach, and I'm glad that this is the first shade that I purchased. Here is Whipped Peach. It is not this intense on the lips. It's definitely more sheer, but it is so comfortable on. It is like, it's like a hug for your lips. Like, it is so comfortable. And again, what I've been doing is, like, when I work from home, I do my quick little makeup look with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Skin Tint Stick, and then this will be my lippy of choice. And I love it for meetings as well because it's comfortable and you don't have to worry about your lip products, but it's also giving you a little bit of color so you look a little bit more put together in like a Zoom meeting or Teams meeting or something. So I've really been enjoying this product. All right, so those are all of the products. I know that it is a lot, and I'm very sorry for the lengthy video. You guys know how I get, but I really wanted to share my thoughts with you on these new products. I'm always bringing in new products because I am a makeup addict. I'm a makeup enthusiast. And so I definitely want to make sure that I'm updating you guys as I bring in these new products. So hopefully you appreciated these speed reviews. Let me know, have you tried any of these products? What are your thoughts on them? Are any of these products your favorites? I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy my content, please be sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me and my channel out. Also, I would love for you to subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube channel family. Thank you so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.